Welcome to the YouTube channel, Contact Center Knowledge Hub, your one-stop solution for expert guidance, best practices, and actionable knowledge in the world of contact centers. Explore, learn, and enhance contact center skills. Welcome everyone. Today, we are going to talk about a critical metric that directly shapes customer loyalty and satisfaction, the Customer Effort Score, or CES. In simple terms, CES measures how easy or difficult it was for a customer to get their issue resolved after contacting the call center. The lower the effort, the higher the chance of turning customers into loyal promoters. We'll explore its definition, the simple formula to calculate it, walk through an example scenario, and then break down the key components that make CES such a powerful tool for improving customer experience. By the end of this session, you'll understand not just how to measure CES, but how to use it to create smoother, faster, and more effortless interactions for your customers. Let's begin by understanding what Customer Effort Score, or CES, really means. CES is a metric designed to measure how easy or difficult it was for a customer to get their issue resolved after interacting with a call center. The underlying principle is simple: the less effort a customer has to put in, the smoother and more positive their overall experience becomes. Unlike other metrics such as CSAT, which focuses on short-term satisfaction, or NPS, which reflects long-term loyalty, CES zeroes in on service simplicity. It tells us whether we are making the customer's journey effortless, or whether we are unintentionally adding friction that could harm the relationship. Typically, this is measured through a quick survey sent immediately after the interaction. Customers are asked a single, focused question: how easy was it to get your issue resolved? This one question provides powerful insight into whether our processes, systems, and agent support are truly aligned with the customer's expectations. Now that we understand the definition of Customer Effort Score, let's move into the formula and see how it's actually calculated. CES can be measured into different ways depending on the type of survey scale used. The first method is the average CES score. Here, you add up all the customer effort ratings and divide them by the total number of survey responses. So, the formula becomes Customer Effort Score equals the sum of all ratings divided by the number of responses. This gives you an overall average effort level across your customer base. The second method, and the one more commonly used in customer experience reporting, is the percentage of low-effort responses. In this approach, we focus specifically on customers who rated their interaction as easy. The formula is low effort percentage equals the number of responses rated as easy divided by the total responses multiplied by 100. This method is particularly powerful because it tells us what percentage of customers found the experience effortless, and effortlessness is what truly drives loyalty and advocacy. So, whether you're reporting an average score or focusing on low effort percentages, CES gives you a clear, actionable picture of how easy your service really feels to customers. Let's bring the formula to life with a practical example. Imagine we send out a CES survey that asks customers, on a scale of 1 to 7, how easy was it to resolve your issue? Here, a rating of 1 means very difficult, while a rating of 7 means very easy. Now, suppose we collect 1,000 responses. When we add up all the scores, the total comes to 5,800. To calculate the CES, we divide the total score by the number of responses. 5,800 divided by 1,000 gives us a CES of 5.8 out of 7. So, how do we interpret this? A score of 5.8 out of 7 suggests that, overall, customers found it fairly easy to resolve their issues. While this indicates a positive trend, it also highlights that there is still some room for improvement to reach an even smoother, more effortless experience. This example shows how CES not only gives us a numeric score but also serves as a clear indicator of how well our processes and support systems are working in practice. Now let's explore the key components of customer effort score in a call center. The first component is the effort measurement scale. Organizations commonly use scales such as 1 to 5, 1 to 7, or even 1 to 10. In each case, a higher number always represents an easier, more effortless customer experience. This scale provides a simple yet powerful way to quantify something as subjective as ease. The second component is post-interaction surveys. For CES to be reliable, timing is everything. That's why surveys are typically sent immediately after the interaction, while the customer's experience is still fresh in their mind. These can be delivered through SMS, IVR, or email, depending on the customer's preferred communication channel. This combination, a clear measurement scale and real-time feedback collection, ensures that the CES score reflects the truest picture of how effortless customers felt their interaction was. The third component of CES is what we call customer effort drivers. These are the specific factors that directly shape a customer's perception of effort. For example, long wait times, multiple call transfers, slow resolution speed, or the need for repeat calls. Each of these adds friction to the experience and directly lowers the CES score. By monitoring these drivers, we can quickly identify what's making customers work harder than they should. The fourth component is data segmentation. CES becomes far more powerful when we don't just look at it as a single overall score, but break it down by channel, agent, or issue type. For example, customers may report higher effort in email compared to chat, or certain issue categories may consistently drive more effort. Segmenting the data this way helps leaders and trainers pinpoint exactly where targeted improvements are needed. So, when we connect effort drivers with segmented analysis, CES transforms from just a survey metric into a diagnostic tool for continuous improvement. The fifth component of CES is qualitative feedback collection. While the numeric score tells us how easy or difficult customers found the experience, it doesn't tell us why. That's where open-ended questions come in. Asking customers to explain their rating uncovers valuable insights, for instance, whether they struggled with long hold times, confusing processes, or lack of agent knowledge. This qualitative feedback turns numbers into meaningful action items. The sixth and final component is trend and benchmark analysis. CES becomes most effective when we look at it over time and in context. Tracking CES trends quarterly or annually helps us identify whether our service improvements are actually reducing customer effort. Comparing these scores against industry benchmarks gives us a reality check, showing whether we are just improving internally or truly competitive in the wider market. Together, qualitative insights and benchmarking ensure CES doesn't just stay as a metric on a dashboard, but becomes a strategic tool for ongoing customer experience improvement. Thanks for watching my YouTube channel, Contact Center Knowledge Hub. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insights. See you in the next video.